Where's the video? There it is. Hey, Cryptoheads, it's the Goose with the Cryptic Paranormal Show. Happy St. Patty's Day. Hopefully you guys aren't too drunk to tune in and watch and chat with us. Or maybe you're just going to sit there and get drunk while we chat. That'd be cool. I got
Right?
tomorrow, and I'm not drinking. So if I drink, I'm going to
Yeah.
pass out during the show. So that's
That could be entertaining, though.
right. Yeah, no, Denise got to see me get my drink on a little bit last weekend. Was it last?
I know. I'm like kind of mad now.
Yeah, you should have stuck around.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. We're sitting there drinking beers with the other guests at the event and watching UFC fight. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
So, anyways, welcome to the show.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was thinking that I was going to be murdered.
What? Why?
What?
It was a weird, the hotel wasn't bad, right? But it was one of those that it looked very dated. It was one of those that you felt like if you walked down to the vending machine, like you would end up on like that closed caption camera as the last they saw you ever again.
Yeah, like that.
And you can tell I've been watching way too many true crime podcasts or videos.
Right. The one about the Cecil Hotel. The girl just
I was like,
last picture.
I went up there, didn't even go downstairs to smoke or anything, man. I just stayed in my room.
But no, we had a good time. How are you doing, Denise? How's the week been treating you?
I'm doing pretty good. I have no complaints. I mean,
good. What's up, Mr. Goat? Happy Green Day.
Yeah, I didn't wear any green. Yeah.
Me neither.
I couldn't find my Guinness hat. That's the only thing I really have that's Irish right now. Besides a green polo shirt, which is not really green. It's more like greenish brown. But I wouldn't know. I'm colorblind. It's probably blue. We're doing really good, Jeff. So let's talk a little bit about the event we went to last weekend. It was just last weekend, right?
Or was it
the weekend before? No, it was 2 weekends ago.
Jesus Christ. Anyways.
Yeah, 2 weekends ago.
it?
Yeah, it was because I was on call last weekend. Yep, I remember now, and I was sick.
Holy shit.
Yeah, time flies. Actually, we were supposed to do this show the week after, but we were at the Polygraphs Parafest 3. It was an amazing event hosted by Tim Miley and Todd Arnold. It was super cool. I feel like we made a big extended family hanging out there, and big joke was you're not going to get rid of us, and then a lot of them said that we couldn't get rid of them if we tried. So
right.
It was a great event. Wasn't the record breaker we were hoping for, but we still raised I think 11,700 and some change.
Yeah.
So still a huge amount.
Right.
I know it was at least 11,000 something.
Yeah. I think it was 11,700.
It was 11,700, like 30 or 40 something.
Yeah.
But it was super, super cool, super fun. All the guests were amazing. I mean, I've been to a lot of cons, and I love everybody, and love all the cons that I've been to, but there's a different feeling at this one. It was new. It was fresh for us. It was kind of cool having a job, broadcasting and getting to know different people, which is like something that kind of stuck with me, that like maybe that's what we need to do at cons. I mean, we sell our merch and stuff, but otherwise, what are we doing? We're just sitting there and talking to our friends like we normally do.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we need to we need to do that. Like, just take it upon ourselves and just show up and broadcast and get our show out there, get to know people. So we got the Parapsychon down in Mansfield coming up at the end of May,
which we've been ordering a ton of merch for, by the way.
Yes, so we're gonna have some merch. Hopefully, I would love. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it affordability wise or time wise. I would love to have some "Don't be an asshole" T-shirts, but
right,
we don't know. That might be more of a MadCon.
We might need a little time for that.
Yeah. So, because we still have a lot of old merch that we need to sell to be able to make the funds to get the new merch. So that's how it works. I mean, we don't have a whole ton of money to pay for this out of our pockets. So
yeah, we're literally cheap asses. We don't buy anything new until we have money from sales from the other stuff. So.
Yeah, until we got like one or two shirts.
Like it's not like we keep any money. All that money goes to buying more.
More. Right.
So it's just like, we're selling merch, but I mean, that's the whole reason we're really selling merchandise.
Right. It's just so we can get other stuff.
Get more and more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my wife has been like struggling trying to figure out how to get our logo looking good to print. She got it converted to the right.
But it's actually complicated.
She got it converted to the right file type, but she can't get the layers correct. And she keeps trying though. So God bless her. Hopefully, maybe that would be the ultimate thing, because she said if she gets that done, she has no problem. And I know she wants to do it anyways, but she wants to get a shirt press and a hat press.
Yeah.
And all the Cricut things that go with the current Cricut she has. So
yeah,
that would be cool to be able to do all that ourselves.
Yeah.
But, looks like one of our watchers, Ryan, makes some custom T-shirts. Really cool. There's a lot of people in the business doing it, and a lot of the teams that I know that sell them have been doing it themselves. So,
right.
I don't know.
That's the way you have to do it. If you can't,
Right.
That's like the best way possible, but it's not always the best way probable.
Right. Yeah. Right. If you want to actually make money.
Yeah. Right. So it's the best way possible, but not the best way probable.
Right.
Right.
And, and I felt bad for Tim, because I know he wanted a lot more people other than just the vendors being the guests there, like walking around. They had quite a few guests there, but the vendors didn't really kill it, I guess you could say, and he was super upset about that. But I don't think anybody at the end of the day really cared, because it was super cool. But like these big ones, like Parapsychon that we're going to, those are the ones that usually you get a lot of networking done. You get a lot of new hopefully new guests to come on the show.
Which we need to get scheduling for the people that were at Potographs tonight.
Right, yeah.
Like Carl.
Yeah, Carl and Keith Johnson, the demonologists, were super cool guys. I mean, I'm like...
And Carl is a blast.
Yes. You should see these guys drinking and watching UFC. They were... I mean, everybody was pretty lit. I mean, to be honest with you.
But I mean, it's just like everybody has a different personality. When you're in work mode and you're, interviewing and you're like trying to sell the stuff that's at your table and you're trying to remain professional. And then at the end of the night, there's the laid back, like normal version of people. So that was fun to get to
that's what I'm like all the time, though.
Yeah, true.
Right. But yeah, it was that was the one thing. They were like, I guess you go in with a mindset, especially with people like the Johnson brothers and like James Anito and some of the other people like you've seen on TV before and stuff. You're kind of like, you get the little nerve thing going on, butterflies, and like, how do I approach this without sounding like I'm, I don't know, being a fanboy or whatever.
But then at the end of the night, we're like, Uncle Carl.
Yeah, Uncle Carl, yeah. And he's like, cinnamon shots. Ah. Like they're all drinking the Fireball cinnamon shots. And James Anito got up. He's like, dude, I love your T-shirt. That's amazing. And like they're all yelling at the screen during the fight. It was so much fun. And these guys are all cool. And I know a lot of the, other people are totally sweet. Like Deb and RJ were amazing. One of our friends, April Roan, one of our friends of the show that's been on.
Love her.
She nailed both of us hardcore with her gallery reading.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never
there was a lot of crying on Saturday, not going to lie.
Yeah, there was. Between the readings and just the pure happiness, and then hearing Tim's story about Murray and, then the happy tears at the end of that. And then My tears the next morning when I was fighting a horrible headache trying to drive home.
Driving 6.5 hours home.
Oh yeah, the wind was unbelievable, and I'm like, holy crap!
It blew the trim off my windshield thing. It was already loose anyways, and then someplace in Michigan, someplace it went. I'm like, bye.
Patient says she's going to New Jersey, Para-Unity. That's really cool.
Sorry, I'm not gonna lie. I was texting for work. I wasn't paying attention to the comments. I'll stay on top of it now. Oh gosh.
Ryan, who makes sure, says she's an Army mom. Awesome.
Yeah.
Mom of 5. Wow. Well, tell them all we appreciate what they do for us. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Sublimation printers are amazing. Addie just got one of those.
Is that what prints the ink into the t-shirt, like what we have with our newer shirts?
Yeah, it makes it more of a picture, so you don't have to pick one color. It just prints onto.
Oh, okay.
Transfer. Yeah, those are cool.
Eddie said wiper arm.
No, I think you mean the outside.
It was the trim around the. Yeah, the trim that just the stuff that's like the windshield that's covering the sides of the windshield, so it doesn't just stick out by itself.
I gotcha. Yeah.
That's like $125 for the piece, though.
Oh, geez.
Holy shit, man. Wow.
Still not. I mean, with gas prices the way they are, it's not worth driving back to Michigan to try to find it. Pay the $125.
No, and everybody was so cool. They're like, "Oh, you need to come up here again for the Michigan UFO Paracon
God.
The Michigan Paracon and
the Michigan Paracon.
Yeah, the big one that's up in the UP at that casino place."
And they're like, "It's just a couple hours north." I'm like, "There's more north of here." Like I already drove 7
we were
hours to get here.
In central. We were literally in central Michigan. They're having that in the Upper Peninsula somewhere. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I told everybody I was in northern Michigan.
Yeah. I'm practically in Canada. No, we were not even close. There's still hours more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept calling it Canada. I said we're basically in Canada right now.
No. If you look at the state of Michigan, that big hole in the middle, that's where we were.
Oh.
That Lake Houghton, that's where that place is.
Oh, and just so you guys know.
What's up, Adam?
Is full of whorehouses. I mean, ice shanties.
Oh my God, I felt like I was at home. I was driving in.
Are you still talking about that?
God.
I was driving around when I got up there, and I'm looking at I could start finally seeing the lake, and I'm seeing all these ice shanties, and I'm like, did I make a wrong turn? I'm all of a sudden back at home, in Hudson. All these ice shanties, all this prostitution. My God.
Right?
But it was cool. I mean, the lake was beautiful. There were a lot of people ice fishing and snowmobiling and stuff.
And driving their freaking trucks on the lake.
Yeah, driving their trucks. But it was pretty cold. It was a good 20 degrees colder up there than it was at home because by the time we got back in Ohio, the wind was still hitting, but the sun was out and it was much warmer.
I thought I was going to fall asleep on the way back. I don't know why. I was still so tired. And I'm going into these little dozes. And finally, I had to keep stopping and getting up and kind of walking around and maybe have something to eat. But I was just I'd be driving and all of a sudden you have the where you shake yourself awake.
Yeah. I think we should definitely carpool next time.
Well, next time I'll definitely go up the night before.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. No, we definitely need a carpool. Well, I mean, you were with your husband, so it's kind of like a weekend getaway with you. So that's
nice.
Understandable. I mean, that would have been weird with me just hanging out in the back seat,
You
guys. So, you guys go ahead and have your romantic whatever, and I'll just.
Can we stop at McDonald's on the way?
Right? Are we there yet?
I gotta go to the bathroom. But it was a good time. It was definitely the drive. Actually, the drive back wasn't as bad as the drive up there, as far as me going a little loopy wise.
Yeah.
But surprisingly enough, I mean, I made it without ever getting really so tired that I was feeling like I was losing control of the car. So, but it was a good time. Me. Definitely do it again. I don't know how many other Michigan. Yeah, we like to stay local, an hour or two.
Yeah.
And I'm already thinking, man, Mansfield's an hour, 15 minutes away from home.
Oh my
So I'm
gosh,
gonna
it's
drive
gonna
down there Saturday morning, come home Saturday night, go back down there Sunday morning. Because it's technically, I guess, all like the celebrity stuff is happening Friday night, but we're not really a part of that. So we can get in at 8 and have to be set up by 10, which we're used to. And we're not going to have like a major. I mean, we can broadcast, but we could do like it from our phones at that one and just kind of have some fun. It's going to be fun for us.
Maybe I'll just pitch a tent at Fairfield because I think Fairfield's only like a half hour from there. Is Patience still on? Let me stay at your house, Patience.
I completely forgot about that.
I think it's. I mean, honestly, than that.
There's probably a rest area somewhere like really nearby. Right. I have no idea. I have no problems just bringing my CPAP machine, going parking somewhere.
It's only an hour.
No. Too far.
Yeah, and it only runs. It runs from like 10 to 5, and I think it's like 10 to 4 on Sunday. So it's not like 10 to 8.
Yeah.
Hancock is the end of the earth.
But you know what though? Sometimes when I go to the beach at Madison, you know, because it's right on Lake Erie, was on the other side of Lake Erie, is Canada. But sometimes when I go to the beach, my phone will be like, "Welcome to Canada." I'm like,
oh no shit.
Okay, come on.
I had a couple miles out in the lake before it happens there.
Right? Yeah, I'm excited for the Ohio State Reformatory one, though. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of... I really want to meet the Ghost Brothers, and I want to give Andrea Perrin a hug.
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be a lot of interesting people. The people from Bump in the Night Paranormal Society. Super cool people that I can't wait to meet face to face. Nat and Elliot are going to be there.
Yeah, they're fun.
A lot of old friends, a lot of new friends. Hopefully make even newer friends, so it'll be fun. Yeah. It'll be a fun weekend. And as far as like, I mean, the only con other than that, I think is going to be MadCon. I'm not going to be able to go to Fairfield this year.
Oh yeah, because you're having surgery.
Yeah, I'm having surgery, and will not have use of my hands for anything for at least 2 weeks. So that'll be fun. And yeah.
Sounds fun.
Should we go to Fairfield, Denise?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right.
We both know that we run this show and we could do it without Goose. So
I'll fucking time. I feel so guilty if I can't.
I gotta reach out and buy those tables. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. And I think this year, I mean, unless the Dark Alley crew want to come to MadCon, other than that, I think just the show is fine.
Yeah.
They can come and help.
I think they just like to hang out.
Yeah, which is fine.
More than, you know.
I know they like hitting the raffle. I mean, they like hitting that raffle for sure.
They have good raffles.
And we got some stuff coming up tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Wait, no, tomorrow's Friday. Saturday starts official Madison flashlight season. Or is that the first of the year?
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. I'll be there. Eddie, I think, is going to be there.
Yeah.
Denise is going to be there. And then from, I think, like 8 to 9, we're going to be on the Historically Haunted Vodcast. Our buddy Adam Begans, that's his vodcast, will be on Facebook from 8 to 9-ish, as he says, which will be fun. It's always a blast talking to him.
I know, like, I don't even want to talk. I just want him to talk.
Yeah, I know, right. It's always weird to be on the other side of the microphone.
Right.
You know what I mean? We've been, I'm telling you, it was 3 or 4 years already I've been doing this show. I can't believe it's been that long, but I'm getting memories from like 3 years ago. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
When we were like still in the studio with Steve and everybody. Just like, whoa. Yeah, Tony, there's questions. I still have questions too. I'm still trying to figure out exactly logistics of certain tasks that have to be done.
That's a 6-page list of questions for the doctor.
But it's either do one hand 1 month and the other hand the second month, which means almost 2 months of medical, or both hands at once. I'm going to get both hands at once, so I don't have to worry about it again, hopefully. Adam, there he is.
You look like Doctor Strange.
Yeah. I need my hands.
You got to do one picture of that. You know, yeah, you got to do one. And then put on the yellow glove as the start of Ray Strange.
Oh my god!
Right. Litter box. I don't think that's appropriate for the show, Tony.
Yeah, because we have a level of appropriateness.
Right.
We just started it this week, apparently. But...
Not on this show, mister.
Yeah, that's true.
This is a fucking family show, man.
So I'm thinking we're going to go French and get a bidet. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good idea. You can buy them on Amazon pretty cheap.
Yeah, I see them on the Smithsonian channel.
Yeah.
My wife will not be wiping my ass, if that's what you're thinking.
No,
I'll do whatever.
I was really not trying to go there. You said it last week or something, but I was just hoping it wasn't true.
Guys, Julia's just joining us for the first time ever.
Oh, great.
Sorry.
Julia, welcome to the dive bar of paranormal shows, as Denise coined the phrase, and everybody seems to love.
It's perfect, though.
Garden hose. Yeah, anyways, nuke topic. I don't really have one, but
yeah. So I actually am doing a couple of podcasts on my own. Surprise. I didn't tell you guys.
Oh, well, so much for Denise.
Bye, Denise.
April 6th, I'm going to be on Holly DiMaggio's show. And then the next day, I'm going to be on Gary Fisher's show.
Oh, cool.
So.
Well, congratulations.
I know. I don't know how that worked out, but people just.
That's the great thing about our show is like I don't care that you're going to be on a different. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't care if Ray's going to be on a different.
Right. Well, Adam, I mean, he told me to like invite you to his show, and you never responded. So I'm assuming it's just going to be me and D, which is fine.
He's still not responding.
I don't remember that, but that's okay.
It's all right. You don't pay attention.
No, I'm sure it's on there that I just kind of. I'm not gonna lie. You know how I am on that, anyways.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The messaging stuff. So I apologize then.
Yeah.
I was gonna do a big stink and like quit the show like mid-show today, but you guys just.
So, anyways.
Finally. Oh.
Just cut him like Baker Mayfield.
Oh.
Oh, we can't cut him. We can't dump him on anybody. Nobody will trade
Nobody's
that.
Gonna take me.
You're just gonna have to stick around to the end of the season.
We'll give you highs of. You just keep it whatever you want.
Yeah, that's right, Darren.
Yeah, man, you're a paracelebrity.
No, I was writing my biography for one of the podcasts, and I was like, Denise is a volunteer at Madison Seminary and a co-host on the Cryptic Paranormal show, and I was like, that's all I got, man.
That's all right. Denise, why don't you give Ray and I that, and we will write the biography for you.
Right. Denise was born in 1970. 7 years ago. Denise was born.
According to my kids, I was born in the 1900s.
1900s. Well, you were.
Yeah. Oops.
We all were.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Well, there may be somebody out there watching us that's not, but.
Oh, I've got people that work that were born in 2000.
Gosh.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's weird.
It's scary. Eddie wants to talk about the House of Wills. Dude, I'm always down. As long as that place is still open, and which I think
that's a hard pass for me.
You won't go there at all?
No.
Even if we're with you? Why? And see what's nice.
I know after you say it like that, but no.
Well, get this. In 3 months, 90 days, Ohio will no longer be a concealed carry permit state. You can conceal carry without a permit now.
No, it's a constitutional carry state.
Well,
that's what it's called.
Well, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
You can open carry all you want, but now you can conceal carry without a permit. So
I mean, that's more enticing to go to the house.
I won't have to wrap my gun up and throw it in my jacket and throw it in the closet when the cops come and make sure that we're not getting broken into. But
Yeah. I don't know.
It was another RU media and RU
because I feel like
resident
everybody who's been there has a similar story.
Yeah, you know what? It's always been the same story, which is odd because nobody's ever been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody's actually tried to break in. It's always been the same time of night. This particular Tony can attest to that because he had the same thing happen to him when he was there with a group.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So you think it's paranormal then?
Yep.
If you ask me, yes, it is. I mean, I know there's a lot of crap going on outside those doors.
Right.
Outside that parking lot. But where that happens is where a drug deal literally went bad and some guy got shot in the stomach with a shotgun after a brawl. And
that's crazy.
Oh, it's a long, twisted history, Julia, but I'll try.
Yeah.
It was built in the early. It was built in the early 1900s, like literally like 1900. May have been like maybe a year or two earlier. So super late 1800s, super early 1900s. By a gentleman named Mr. Strybringer, who was a like 33rd degree Mason. So I mean that's pretty much about as high, like the highest level you can get to. So number one, the theory of why the building is so like magical, as Eric Freeman, the current owner, calls it, is because the theory is Masons put that kind of magic, that kind of energy into the buildings in a certain way, the way they build it, the way the architecture is.
The
Little
material
subtleties,
yeah,
little subtleties. Sometimes they'll hide like little
markings or
markings, symbols, sigils, whatever you want to call them, into the architecture that actually trap the energy. So if you think about what that does, it's actually like if somebody lives there and passes there, even if they're just living there and then they move, their energy is somewhat still trapped within those walls. But originally it was built as I can't remember the actual German term for it, but it was like a German music hall. So it was like a social place for people to come. Like there was a choir, there would be singing, drinking, obviously, just kind of all kinds of merriment. Like it was a club for
shenanigans and such.
It was actually German for German socialists. So, which is really odd because one of the other things it was a Hungarian Jewish hospital. So built as a German hangout, and then it became a Jewish hospital. That, especially during that time, that seems a kind of a ironic thing. It was, I guess, it was a school for a while. I know it was a hospital. It had been so many things, but then
it was a funeral home.
Yeah, it was a funeral home when Mr. Wills bought it. He was partnered with another gentleman from Cleveland. They had a funeral home in a different spot in Cleveland. They went their separate ways for financial differences, other kind of differences, and he ended up buying this mansion. Well, where it sits, that whole area used to be mansions. They called it Mansion Row at one time, believe it or not, but now it's basically low income row now. And the House of Wills itself is falling into disrepair. Eric is doing his best to at least keep it up standing. Right. I know he does a lot of painting and he does a lot of like interior work, what he can do. I guess it does finally have some plumbing and some electric, which is interesting because, and it's got somewhat of a security system. Because before he didn't have any security. He basically had one set of keys to get into one door. So it was like people could get in any other way. And a lot of times, if you went on a ghost hunt there, whoever was with you had to do like a sweep of the building, and you'd hear them and they're shouting, "You better get out of here!" and blah blah blah. And there's been a few times, I guess, people have gone where they've walked up on squatters and homeless people that were been just hanging out there.
And Julia, that's why it's a hard pass for me. Like, I'd love to investigate the building, just the history of it. I'm sure there's, such a wide array of haunting there, like so many different spirits there, and it would be a good time.
But Mr. Wills was an interesting guy. He was pretty eccentric, but he had a love of everyone. He would host interracial marriages when nobody else would in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Let them have the ceremony there. They would have the reception there. He had this like in the mansion. There's this like big ballroom, and there's like an upper like balcony area with like a bar and everything. I mean, this place is amazing.
It is amazing.
It's like when you think of like the Scooby-Doo mansions where you like walk in, you can go in this door and then go up some stairs, and then you're like in a completely different area, and then like lose yourself on the way back.
Yeah.
As many times as I've been there, I have a hard time navigating myself around that place.
Oh yeah,
then you have a basement, then you have a sub basement, and you go up and you have another basement on the other side, and then there's like a balcony around the main room, and just like whatever. But right now, it's in the hands of Eric Freeman, who is a practicing modern day Satanist, which throws a lot of people off. I mean, I'll be honest, it doesn't throw me off because I understand their belief systems a little bit more, I think. It's not all fire and brimstone and sacrificing babies on an altar. It's not that type of thing. That's not what he's into. There is black magic, and they talk about, it's a lot about self-will and being able to will things to happen. But anyways, he's a super nice guy. He's eccentric himself. He's an artist, and he's had a couple other properties in Cleveland that he's bought that he's actually built, like rebuilt into apartments. Like he had an old bank vault that he used to live at. Yeah. Somewhere in downtown Cleveland, it was a bank vault, but he like converted it into an apartment. That's where he lived before he started working on the House of Wills, and he actually lived in the House of Wills for a while.
Yeah.
With no electric, no plumbing. He had basically a porta potty to take care of business, and like one of those like camping showers and stuff, like a lot of candles and stuff. I don't know where he lives now, but he's still right. But he still owns the place. He's still he's fixed up some rooms and has been trying to do what he can. Like I said, he's finally got some grant money to fix like the plumbing and
get the roof fixed. That's what they need.
They need to get the roof fixed. The security obviously was the biggest thing, like Eddie said, and what I know, Denise, one of your biggest issues is because of not the building, but the surrounding area. It's not a nice area at all. It's like one of the worst, poorest, most violent areas of Cleveland.
Right.
So yeah, it's scary to go outside, which is why they actually, if you have a smoking break, they allow you to go on the flat area on the roof upstairs. They have like a little balcony area where he wants you to go do your smoking and stuff out there, so you're not in the middle of the parking lot.
You watched the Cleveland Guardians fireworks.
Yeah, we did actually.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Cleveland Indians. Yeah, we were able to see that from there. But yeah, I mean, if you go and you believe in the Second Amendment, you definitely want to be carrying weapons with you while you're there. But yeah, we've had amazing experiences there. Seen shadows, felt things. We did a table tipping session with one of our friends, Barb St. John, who's an amazing, gifted psychic medium, where we had that table like dancing. We were listening to Motown and singing along and just kind of like getting into it. And that thing was up and jumping around and moving around and stuff. It was crazy. But then like right after that, I started getting a horrible headache. Like whatever it was trying to like, I don't think it was like trying to do me harm. It was definitely trying to get my attention. Because it felt like that energy kind of like absorbed into my skull, and I'm like, oh. But I know other people have felt things there. I mean, go watch Resident Undead's episode from there. It's a place that Resident Undead, well, except for maybe Adam, they won't go back there because their actual paranormal experiences were that crazy. And then the whole thing at the end of the night where we thought somebody was trying to break in, and of course, no electric, no lights. I'm going down the hall. I have my gun, trying to protect ourselves, trying to scare whatever it was away. Right. Adam's taunting it, saying if you bring your head around the corner, it's going to basically blow your head off, which I didn't appreciate. But that we love Adam. That's what that's what we're used to.
So that's what we do for him.
Yep. Unfortunately, I don't think we got any of that on camera because that would have been an amazing finale. But, and then we ended up. The same night there was a big blizzard coming in. It was like negative 20 degrees the whole day. Like I said, no heat in the building. There were some things we filmed where like Chris and I had like no coat on, just like t-shirts. whatever. It was a nutty night.
Yeah.
And then the cops had to come and do a sweep of the place. And even they said when they came in, they're like, they get called there by other teams all the time thinking that somebody's breaking in, and it's just they can't find any evidence that somebody was trying to break in.
Right.
So even the local cops think that there's definitely something paranormal and haunted going on there. So I know that's kind of the House of Wolves in a nutshell. I mean, if you're not afraid of that stuff, and maybe you
it's an awesome place.
Have a gun. I mean, I carry when I'm there, but and that's like one of the only few places you'll ever catch me there actually unpacking.
I mean, the fact that they have more security now makes me a little happier.
Yeah. Like I don't know, like what the actual security
Just
is.
go with Tony, Ray.
Yeah,
all good.
I mean, we'll have 2 guns each. We'll be fine. I can give you one. You can have one if you need it. It'll feel more like we're like The Walking Dead, like scanning a place, make sure we could like stay the night and be safe. But Julia had a question.
Yes.
Are shadow people bad?
I don't think so.
Both ways, right?
I mean, I think
just like anything else.
Yeah, shadow people are just like regular people. Some of them are bad, some of them are good. I think it's just, that's the only way that they can manifest themselves enough for you to see them. That's all they can, maybe they're not strong enough to show themselves as a full-bodied apparition, so they come across as a shadow because that's all the energy they could muster up. So I don't know. I think shadow people are just like regular people. It's probably a 50-50 chance that they're an asshole or a good person.
Yeah. Heisenberg, your thoughts?
I said that shadow people are just like regular people in that way, bad or good. You're going to have the good, you're going to have the bad.
Right.
I think that if you watch too much TV or too many movies, you will...
for anything, really.
Yeah.
I'm sure they can freak you out.
Yeah.
If I see a shadow person, I'm going to freak out.
Right. I don't care if it's a sweet old lady. If I see it, I'm going to freak out.
Yeah, I don't know if it's good or bad at that point. So
I can say of all the kind of apparitions and manifestations I've seen, probably 90% of them have been the shadow type.
Yeah.
Because like I said, like you said, I don't think most of them have the energy to be able to fully full body manifest.
Right.
And I don't think they're bad. I do believe there's some theories that say they're like interdimensional. They're like a shadow of a time past. They're not necessarily an intelligent entity, but like for that moment in time, there's like a thin veil between our universe or our dimension and their dimension, or our time and their time. And that's a whole nother rabbit hole, which I really don't feel like I'm educated enough to go down, but I know the basics of the theories, not the actual theory. We need people like Tim Woolworth or, Justin Brown and people like that to come in and help us explain that stuff more in depth. But no, I don't think all shadow people are bad. I mean, are some shadow people probably assholes and just negative energy? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But not all of them.
Just if you watch TV, then they will tell you that everything that's a shadow is dark and it's a demon and it's scary, and it's not. It's just like the real world. There's a lot of good out there too that doesn't get enough attention, just like the real world.
Yes.
Yeah, good point, Eddie. If you guys follow Marcus Hogg, we had him on and Katie on the last show for an hour talking about their new property, the Greenville Manor out in Greenville, Pennsylvania. They're doing amazing work. Like, I can't believe the turnaround for the little amount of time that they've been there. I mean, they're basically building it into like a living, it was a funeral home at one time.
Mm-hmm.
So they're basically making it look like it's an actual, like, in working funeral.
Yeah.
Doing what they need to do. They're paying the mortgage. They're putting money that they receive from ghost hunts back into the building and doing repairs, buying stuff, buying antiques, furnishing it to look like period. They're trying to preserve it. Like, all of us who are interested in the paranormal, that's kind of one of the things we're into, is helping preserve history. And that's what they're doing in a major way, and they need help. I don't know the whole backstory, but there's some people that are trying to take money away from them. So they are trying to get separated from that situation. So if you follow Marcus Hogg, I believe, and Katie McKinney on Facebook, they're actually got a GoFundMe page that they're trying to raise some money, and we've been trying to share that out and give them a hand. Get that out there. I mean, if you can't afford it, just share the link, get the word out, and give them a hand. But the place looks amazing, and I hope we can get it out there soon and check it out. I think I'm supposed to be going with Peggy in April, so I'll get to see it, and I'll maybe do a little bit of broadcasting from there. But yeah, check it out. And actually,
Greenfield Manor is gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, when you think of haunted house, like actually you can see it behind like our faces here. Hold on. One little bit of the building. But they gave us a full tour of the inside. The place is massive. It's like, again, it's like another one of those, if you think of the Scooby-Doo haunted mansions, it's like that. There's just floor and floor and floor and all these rooms.
Right.
It's cool. What's up, Ashley?
Oh, here we go.
I want to go back up because Julie had another question I'm trying to find. Oh, Jeremy, how close are the three of you to Akron?
I'm pretty close.
Yeah, like he lives in the general Akron area. I'm about not even 15, 20 minutes north of Akron. Not even. And I'm in Akron most of the time.
Denise is about an hour.
I was going to say, I think I'm about an hour. I don't know.
Yeah, hour and 15 minutes, something like that. So not far.
Yeah.
Enough to basically anytime anybody asks me where I'm from, I'm just tell them I live near Akron. Because a lot of people are like, what, Stowe? Especially people from outside of the state, but
Stowe.
Yep, we're pretty close to Akron, if not in Akron.
Yep, I would say I'm fairly close.
I didn't notice at the time that Julie was commenting as we were talking.
Yeah.
Did you see these?
No, I didn't.
So, Julie, if you see something, Julia, sorry. I know it's super hard because I try it, like, when we're investigating, I try to not be scared, but it doesn't work. Like, I'm scared. Whatever. I know I'm there to see and communicate with spirits, but as soon as I see one or communicate with one, I get scared. It's just how I roll. But if you're feeling like not just scared, because that's a different feeling, but if you're feeling like in the pit of your stomach, like something's wrong, or you're using some sort of communication device and it's saying like terrible things, like, then maybe that's a hint that it's a bad person, but you don't know. It literally could be your grandma who wants to tell you something, and that's just, she mustered all of her strength and that's how she came across. You just have to pay attention to the other things and try not to focus on the fact that, holy shit, there's a shadow person in front of me.
Right.
Because that's a totally perfect response, actually. Holy shit, there's a shadow person in front.
We were investigating with Fred and Robin at the seminary last night, and they had an SLS, and they were setting up some equipment, and I was holding on to it, and the lights were on, so I was like feeling brave, whatever, and I started like walk out into the hallway by myself in the caretaker's wing, which is not a good place for me, and I walked out there. And I was like, if anybody wants to talk, just come to the doorway. And then something appeared in the doorway, and I was like, yeah. Okay.
Never mind.
Be brave. Never mind. I don't want to do this anymore.
Never mind. I was just joking.
Okay, good talk. Bye.
Good talk. Bye. That's all I wanted.
Just want to see if you could do it. Good job. Yeah. is that? Eddie.
No, you weren't.
No,
you weren't. She's just saying that right now just so she can be like, I was going to be nice.
But Heisenberg ruined it, not me. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Jeremy, you know to hit me up on that one, brother. Just let us know. I'm interested, like where near Akron you're going.
Yeah.
He'll give you the details after the show.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just send them to my messenger.
Warner.
Congratulations, Juana.
Congratulations,
on your beautiful daughter.
Congratulations, there, Juana.
Who decided that she was going to do whatever the fuck she wanted, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Nope, I'm not waiting.
Nope.
Here I am."
She's totally Viking it up, and she's like killing it over there.
Oh my god,
you got
she's
a little
so
Viking
cute.
warrior over there in Scotland waiting for you, buddy. So happy for you
so
guys.
Cute.
Mm-hmm.
I love
my daughters were both early, but not that early. That was like super early.
Yeah.
I can't believe she's doing so well, man. I'm so happy for you guys. It's really
cool.
Right? She's doing so good.
Keep us updated, dude. Tell Aaron we said congratulations. I mean, I've told you to shut up, so.
So there you go.
That's not a link.
What?
Yeah. Oh, it did come up? Okay.
Yeah.
It just
I hit enter before I hit enter before I actually put the link in.
Hello, Angela.
Angela. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yay.
I'll drink this weekend. No, I won't. What am I doing? No, I can't Saturday. What am I talking about?
You better not.
Yeah. It's over here.
Yep.
Listen,
like we used to be going out for St. Patrick's Day, and now we're just sitting. I'm sitting in my garage. You're sitting in your basement.
Right?
I don't know where you're sitting, Denise. I don't know. So
I almost thought about cracking open a beer that I have no idea how old it is. That's probably a bad idea. And then I have this bottle of scotch sitting on my hutch in the kitchen. I'm like,
well, that never goes old, right?
No, one of my clients who's like 80 gave me a bottle of white chocolate Godiva liqueur.
Ooh.
Yeah, who knows how old that is? I'm gonna drink that.
A Godiva for a good diva. Yeah, the bars were packed, so people were definitely out having fun. It was kind of cool though, seeing everybody kind of just doing their thing, like everything's back to normal. So we'll see. We'll see how busy I am next week.
You have 4 beers? What are you doing?
I haven't drank in like 6 years.
I've had a beer like maybe once or twice a year. For that Parafest that right after that post party, that was probably the most I've drank in a long time.
You did have like 5 beers, Goose.
Like 5 or 6.
Holy cow, Ray.
I think it was like 6. Right? Well, she was like Johnny on the spot with the Bud Lights because
freaking Tammy, the waitress there was amazing.
I started off with a nice, pale ale, one of those what do they call them?
IPAs.
How's that?
No, it was a
craft beer.
It was a Blue Moon.
Blue Moon. That was it. But yeah, whatever that is, it tastes like orange. It was good. Super expensive. So I went over to the Bud Light when we went up to start watching the UFC fight, and then I wasn't even like finished with one, and she was bringing me another one. I'm like, holy crap!
I swear to God, she just kept them in her apron pocket.
Yeah,
and she would just like pull one out and like.
Yeah, Denise's husband was there, and she was feeding him the Busch Light all night, and we're like, holy crap! Like I think at one point I wasn't even finished with one, like hardly half, and I had a full one sitting in front of me. I'm like, oh my God!
She was so nice, though.
She's super cool, and hopefully she's not watching, but I think she only charged me for like 3 of them.
Hopefully her boss isn't watching.
Yeah, no, the statute of limitation hasn't run out on that yet, Ray.
Well, that's the thing. She like charged me for like I think 3 of them, and then after we closed out the tab, she brought me like 2 more, and I'm like, "Are you gonna?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, all right." put it on Tim's tab, I guess.
Richie said he thinks that she brought him up from the downstairs bar and then just didn't want to take him back down.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, like there you go.
Yeah. I'm not carrying these back down.
Yeah.
They're warm from being in my pocket all day, anyways.
But yeah, I mean, we've been talking about all these amazing events we're doing this. Well, all these, the 2 more that we're doing this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we got to get out and do some actual investigation and get that
for sure.
on the show. You know, we got
for sure.
Greenville.
But of course, we haven't talked to Marcus.
Yeah, you know,
we haven't.
It's just, and honestly, if you guys are watching this now, the next couple of months are be kind of weird. Anyways, there's just, I know this week, like there's a lot of stuff going on at my kids' school that they had to be to school early, or they had stuff going on afterwards. Like my daughter had a band concert last night.
Yeah,
which I had to go see.
Banquet for us,
Yeah.
And then today he went to my youngest went to the Cleveland Orchestra. Yeah. They took the freaking kids to downtown Cleveland on parade day.
What?
Yeah,
that's insane.
I know. Have they never been to the parade?
That's messed up.
Right.
Wow.
I mean, it was fine, but
yeah. Yeah, it was like my daughter had her band concert. She was super excited because she got asked to graduate basically from clarinet to bass clarinet.
Oh.
So she's only been playing it a couple months, but she's already amazing, and she's the only person in the band playing the bass clarinet now. So it's like she was just super excited. She got like student of the month for band, and she was just she's very proud of. We're very proud of what she's doing with that, and it was complete. Definitely. 360 from like a year ago when she was about ready to quit.
Yeah.
She didn't want anything to do, but it was because everything was online.
Yeah.
And it was, everything just banned. There wasn't anything really they were working towards besides just playing their instruments. They weren't like doing concerts.
Because they can't do concerts, yeah.
Right. So, now they have all their concerts, which they both have a crap ton of concerts. My oldest is going to be going to high school next year, and they're already getting prepped for marching band.
Mine graduates this year. I don't want to hear it. I don't
want
to hear
what?
It.
We all have our babies, and it's all the same. It's the freshman year.
Mine's only 3.
Yeah, and he's going to be 4 next year.
Right.
Or later
kindergarten.
This year.
And then it's all done.
No, he just turned 3 Tuesday.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I keep getting these pictures of her as a baby,
mm-hmm.
and I'm looking at her now and like talking
goes
about
fast.
Scheduling her high school classes and her band, and it's like, God damn.
It goes fast.
If you want some of the best night, there we go. Always interluding with the food.
9:04. We made it.
Nice. The best nachos. All right. Julia. And that's the thing. When they're 28, they're still going to be my baby.
Right.
That's never going to change, but
God, I hope I'm alive when he's 28.
Oh my gosh.
Dude.
That's not even that far away. Why would you talk like that?
It's 25 years from now.
That's not that long.
What's 47 plus 25?
You have total control of whether you're going to be here or not, my friend. Well, sort of.
I don't know. Heisenberg, 70 something?
Yeah.
72? I don't know. Anyways, it's doable. That's the point. Jeez,
oh, this is bad.
What else is out there? Oh, there's a super awesome Chinese restaurant out there too, I've heard.
Oh, I thought you were like Google mapping the Greenville Manor area. Like, what else is out there?
No. No.
Pizza shop's near.
Down the road.
Tina doesn't believe you.
Tina
Frick, how have you been?
Who's 45? You're 45,
no,
Mike?
No, I've been 45 for 2 years. I think I'm 47. How old am I?
Oh my God!
I was born in 1974.
Oh, okay.
I really don't know. I think 46,
like 47 or 48.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's just round it off. You're an even 47.
50.
Yeah.
50.
I'm going to be 45 in a couple months.
Yeah, Ray's going to be 45.
Yeah.
You guys are old.
Hey, Tina.
Hi, Tina. We miss you.
72. What?
There's no way you're 72, Darren.
I think he was saying he was born in 72.
You have a 72 Heisenberg?
What the hell?
That's a great car.
Super rare. They go for.
I've always wanted a 72 Heisenberg. All I have is a 74.
Do the numbers match? I don't believe you have one.
Oh.
Tina, you're fine. You're gonna be fine. The gods are with you. You're gonna be fine. Actually, y'all are old. Sorry, Darren. I didn't mean to be offensive. I read that completely wrong.
Oh, no.
Well, at least I said you didn't look like you were 72. I mean,
he was doing the math for us. You'll be 72.
Oh,
he was doing the. Oh, Jesus Christ, I was way off.
Yeah, we have no idea.
I had no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here drinking coffee. It's not doing a thing for me.
When we started talking about numbers and math, I
that's when it all goes to hell.
I just couldn't. I didn't know. I didn't know what to do. I didn't even know my real freaking age. So what?
Right.
I still don't.
I went my entire year of being 36 telling people that I was 37. So I have no room to talk.
I forget what age I am all the time when I have to do the math in my head.
Darren, FYI, I was the one that was saying you were younger. I was saying you were born in 72.
I thought he had a 72 Heisenberg.
Yeah, that's true.
They're very rare. Very rare.
Is that like a Pinto?
Yes. It's worse than a Pinto. There are gas tanks lined up all across that thing, man. If you even touched it, it blew up.
So, needless to say, I think any paranormal investigations we do is going to have to be within like an hour and a half away radius because, frankly, I can't afford it. Not the investigations itself,
right?
But the price of getting there and getting back.
Gas. Yeah. Yeah,
of course. It's going to put a hinder on a lot of people's adventures this year.
Yeah, the weekend that we decide to drive to Michigan.
Yep.
6.5 hours.
Right.
Gas is over $4 a gallon for the first time.
I did make it. I did make it home with 15 miles left. I know.
Oh my God!
I made it up there with like what, 8, 7?
Yeah, it was 7 or 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tina. I miss Tina.
I do miss Tina. Sláinte, Tina.
Yeah, we miss you, Tina.
Yes, everything is going up.
Yeah. I just had a talk with a coworker about this today. Actually, I did post it on Facebook yesterday too.
Yeah.
We're not going to
Sky. We miss you.
I don't talk
Happy
about
St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Gonna have you back on soon.
Look at the rainbows.
Yep. Yeah, I could definitely see. Like, I'm starting to understand the doomsday prepper thing now.
Yeah.
My wife watches this.
Welcome aboard.
My wife watches this vlogcast. I can't remember what it's called. This woman's name is Vivian, and she goes to like and buys these like weird things at like Aldi's and like the dollar stores and stuff. And she tries them out and tells you what she thinks of them and whether it's worth it or not. But every once in a while she goes to like the big Costco buys, and they have these big like 50-pound food buckets. They're like are supposed to feed you for like so many days, like a family of 4 for so many days.
Yeah.
And she like went through it, and it was pretty legit. I mean, those things are definitely worth the money. So
and those
start stocking up on those.
I mean, those are freeze-dried meals. Those are exactly what I take camping when I take the boys camping. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, she was worried like how they're going to taste, but I'm like, first of all, if it comes down to that,
right?
If it's going in my gullet and it's making me not starve to death, I'll eat what I have to. I'll eat what I have to.
I don't care.
I don't know if I'll go that far. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. I'd eat expired peas.
Well, yeah, it's going down a rabbit hole I don't really want to talk about, but it's right in front of us. I mean, this stuff is happening.
Yeah. I'm definitely
not
making an
not
effort
not.
to.
That's also not a great thing that I've been watching, like catching back up on The Walking Dead, like all the different series, and like seeing things that are like, okay, we're seeing some of that stuff happening right now.
Okay, you're like taking notes this time when you watch it instead of just watching it for entertainment purposes.
It's not going to end with zombies, but it's the other stuff is,
right.
It's rough.
This guy's like, you'll live. I know I'll live. We're going to be okay. The world's been through depressions and financial horrors before, and we've come back out on top. So
the world's been through this before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
It'll calm back down.
Yeah, Tina's gonna have a party. Nice.
I'm excited.
But yeah, it comes in cycles. I don't know. I got good job security. Working in the health field, I guess.
Right. Yeah, my job will be very different, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll still be able to do it.
I think the world can live without the internet, and I think the internet's caused a lot of these problems.
It might be better.
I mean,
it'll definitely take some getting used to, because everything we do with our jobs is internet based.
I was going to say, I feel like maybe the world could do without social media.
Yeah.
There we go.
Not necessarily the internet, because anytime
and
you
know
use
what,
your ATM card, that's all internet, guys.
Right.
We can't deal without the whole internet.
Right.
But social media,
True.
You know what? I haven't been able to get I haven't been able to get Facebook on my phone in like a week or two. Yeah.
Oh wow.
You know what? I tried for like a day or two to get it back on, and now I'm like, you know what? It's fine. Like I'm hardly ever on Facebook anymore, and I check it from my computer, and then I go about my life, and it's not so bad.
Yeah, I'm not on Facebook that much anymore. I'm usually, like I said, I'm on YouTube watching videos of, like I said, true crime.
Yeah.
Graham Norton, air disasters, all the fun stuff.
All the stuff to put my mind at ease.
I feel like I've been getting most of my war information on TikTok from Ukrainians.
Yeah.
Themselves. It's like a little too in depth. I mean,
how do you have 38 more days? Jeez.
What the hell did you do, Eddie?
I know.
What are you doing?
You must have violated a whole list of community standards.
We're gonna give you double probation.
Which is so funny because Eddie Pence is like one of the nicest people I've ever met.
I know. He's banned from Facebook.
Tony's in Facebook jail all the time.
Probation.
You said the F word, didn't you?
Trust me, you don't get banned for that.
No.
I would know.
You sure fucking don't.
Right? I did make a Facebook post today, and I said the F word like 3 times in one post, and I was like, maybe I should delete some of these. This is excessive.
Sky says she's been watching 80s and 90s movies and remember how nice it was without internet. Yeah. I remember if I wanted to send a message to my friend, I'd have to get up, get on my bike, ride around the block or wherever they lived, and knock on the door. Hey, is Brandon home? I gotta tell him something.
We were just talking about that. Now when you knock on the door, it scares the shit out of you. Like, who's knocking on the door? Like back then, we used to just go knock on people's doors all the time because that's how you communicated with people.
I don't answer the door.
I know.
Ever.
Somebody knocks on the door. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck?
I mean, someone was knocking on the door one day, and I was just sitting there watching TV, and the window blind was open, but I didn't get up and answer it. I'm like, nope. The kid's like, are you going to answer the door? I was like, no.
I'm not.
I'm not expecting anybody.
Yep.
Right. Or the Girl Scouts are still going door to door, but they'll take credit card now and PayPal. Yeah, let me get my reader. I'm like, what? Okay.
These little 3rd graders are like, hang on, will that be cash or charge?
Yeah. I actually saw kids outside playing the other day. I was amazed. Like, you go, kids, and there's my daughter watching them. I'm like, why don't you just go over there? You know who they are. You go to school with them every day. It's like, no, I just like
though, man. They're at home, man. You gotta
I just
ease
like
in
to
there.
sit outside. Yeah, I just like to sit outside. I'm like,
that's fine.
I mean, okay, at least you're outside and you didn't have your phone in your hand. We'll take baby steps.
Yeah. Take your socks off, put your feet in the grass, and then you can play on your phone. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't answer ever either, Tina. Nope. Kate's like, am I going to have to answer the door? I'm like, if you want to answer it.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
What's up, Penny?
It's your house.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny because I actually, I talk to my kids a lot about what my childhood was like. And my 18-year-old tells me that he wishes he could have grown up when I did, even though he has an iPad and he has an Xbox and he has his own room and a gaming chair and blah, 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 blah. He wishes that he could have been born in that generation and, rode your bike to your friend's house at 10 o'clock in the morning and didn't come back until the streetlights came on,
Yeah. That's how we tell time. That's how we were out playing, and once that streetlights came on, we knew it was time to head home.
Yeah. And my mom could, how people can like whistle super loud?
Yeah.
My mom could do that. And so as long as we stayed where we could hear her whistle, then that was as far as we were allowed to go. And then if she would whistle, we would have like 1 minute to get home.
Yeah.
So you better make sure that you're close. And that was it. I mean, we were gone all day.
Oh yeah, I was gone all day.
Yeah, I actually grew up in a neighborhood where like my aunt lived on the other side, like down the street from us. I had a cousin on the other side. Like I had family like we're within like bicycle ride, in the same neighborhood. So
yeah.
And then, I did I had a newspaper route. That paper thing that we used to get our news from?
Yeah.
Not Facebook.
I still know where my house is. For most of them.
Yeah.
I delivered paper to that. I delivered a paper to that.
Well, it's pretty much my neighborhood. I mean, it just started at my house and worked my way down one street and back up the other. There's actually two that we split, like the neighborhood, me and another kid. And that was the worst time to do it too, because we actually had to go house to house to collect their bills. Like,
oh yeah,
those little cardboard like pull off tabs that you have to give them as a receipt. You're paid for February.
And it's so funny because like people would. One of my friends had a paper route. I did not, but people would just not pay. And like, what are you supposed to do as a 9-year-old kid? Like, give me the money. You know what I mean? Right. Like people would just tell them no all the time that they weren't paying.
Yeah. Oh, you'll have to hit me up, or do you have change?
Yeah.
I'm like, do I look like I have change?
I'm 10.
My mom actually got me one of those little belt change things.
Oh my God. Those are super cool.
I know. I got big like a fanny pack with a wallet. Yeah. I was set, man. I was a little entrepreneur.
Well, you need a change for $1?
Right.
So, you can't pay? I got a water pistol that says you can. The Super Soaker 600.
Yep.
And a couple eggs.
Yeah, see?
My next
door neighbor actually has one of those big farm bells. Like big dinner bells. Yeah. See?
Yeah, that was my mom. I just hear Raymond and Johnny. What? Get in the house. It's dark.
Yeah. That was the life though. I mean, granted, I could never let my kids do that now.
No, that's the thing. Like,
way too worried about
my
them.
daughter actually went for a walk like 2 nights ago. She was gone like 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, where the hell is she? I'm like looking on her phone. I'm like, she's been gone too long. And I had my other daughter go get her. She'd already made it around like 2 blocks. I'm like, okay, no, that's too far.
Yeah, it's too far.
I can't trust anybody. Now it's
just
two
walk
girls.
Up and down the driveway. Yeah.
And you get those things all the time that this guy like around the block who just got released out of prison for pedophilia, and just like, God damn it, man. I can't let them. You can't even let them do that anymore.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yes, I would be able to ride my bike through my whole town actually in 20 minutes.
You know what?
From one end to the other, I could make it in 20 minutes.
Yeah, we used to do that. We weren't supposed to, but we did a lot of stupid things we weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why I'm so scared to let my kids
yes.
go out on their own.
Because I think about the times I almost died.
Right. My friend fell through the ice on Lake Erie.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and we didn't even tell our parents. I fell through the ice on a pond one time. Like,
we used to ride our bikes like right behind our house. It was off limits, off limits, like the sand and gravel pits, like right behind our house, like my backyard fence with a bunch of holes in it, sand and gravel pit. Some of them were filled, so we'd sneak back there and go fishing. Friends would go swimming, like, and we're talking like those things are like hundreds of feet deep.
Right,
not really meant for swimming. Fishing maybe, but I mean,
water's so clear though.
Yeah.
Guys were riding their dirt bikes and their 4-wheelers back there up and down those gravel pits.
Yeah.
And we take our bikes and hit the big hills and stuff like that. I mean, I'm surprised, number one, we never got caught. I mean, some of them did, but they just like told them to leave. They never got like arrested for anything. Some of the shit we used to do, I mean, my God.
One of my favorite memories was when we found a way to climb on my friend's garage. And then we were grabbing onto a tree branch and jumping off the top of the garage because we would go down slowly with the tree branch and then just let it go. Like, stupid. So maybe that's why I'm so
Maybe it's better they have phones.
Yeah.
Definitely live longer. You have more social anxiety, but you live longer.
I heard my dad jumped off a railroad bridge in the town he grew up in Oak Harbor into the river. So, of course, we went and did it. I can't even swim barely. I like doggy paddle decks.
Yeah, I knew I couldn't swim, so I didn't take part in the swimming in the sand and gravel pits, but I did a little fishing and took my little Huffy bike and hit some hills every once in a while.
I grew up on Lake Erie, could barely swim.
Yeah.
Because I didn't go to the lake that much.
It's a conundrum.
I can do doggy paddle pretty mean, but other than that.
Yeah, that's what I did. I jumped off the bridge and doggy paddled back over there.
Yeah. As long as you could keep your head above water, that's all you need. You're fine.
We didn't even know how deep the water was. Could have been like 2 inches.
There could have been rocks down there, like boulders.
Yeah.
You have no
didn't even think about that.
It in since your dad jumped in it.
We were just like, all right, let's wait for the train to come. Jump.
Yeah. So I also think about like how many abandoned farmhouses and barns I grew up around, and I would be in so much trouble if I was into then what I am into now.
Yeah.
I'd be out there ghost hunting and exploring these places, probably getting myself hurt.
Yeah. So
falling down the well.
Actually, when I was in like 7th or 8th grade, we actually found an abandoned barn on the school property, and we started bringing in stuff from home, like blankets and pillows and candles and flashlights and food and all kinds of stuff. And we had this whole little setup in this barn. Okay. We'd go there every day after school, hang out, whatever. We weren't doing anything bad.
Right.
Other than breaking and entering. But we actually, I had a dream that there was a homeless person upstairs. And so the next time we went there, I looked and there was a blanket and pillow up there, and like he had his own stuff up there. Yes, and we were hanging out with a homeless person that whole time.
Shit. He's a goddamn fucking neighbor.
Middle school girls, probably not a good idea. But
no, not at all.
So my mom actually worked for the school, and she went to go to the barn because they like stored something in there. And so she went to the barn and saw like a bunch of our shit from our house in the barn. So she knew that it was me,
Oh no.
Yeah. It's like the quilt that my great grandma made. Yeah. It's one of a kind. She obviously knows it's ours. And so she had the cops arrest me. And they brought me down to the police department. They told me that I had felony charges for breaking and entering and criminal trespassing, and that if they saw me in there again, that I was going to go to DH. That worked. Okay, let me tell you, I was like a narrow kid. I never did anything wrong, never got in trouble.
Right.
I was like 18 years old, filling out job applications, and I was like,
"They're gonna know."
I know. I was like, Mom, it says on here, have you ever been convicted of a felony? Like, what should I write? And she was like, write no. And I was like, I'm not going to lie on a job application. Again, I was a goody. I can't lie on a job application, Mom. And she's like, just write no. And I'm like, Mom, I don't want to get in trouble for that. And she's like, I made it up. I had the cops arrest you. What?
That's one way to learn a lesson.
It was like 14 till I was like 18. I totally believed that I was a felon and that I was maybe going to jail if I ever did anything wrong. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And she freaking lied about it. I mean, it was genius. The cops came and picked me up in the car. They put me in an interrogation room.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow. That's a good.
I know.
That's a good lesson.
Yeah. I learned my lesson and I didn't do anything wrong for my entire teenage years. That's a lot. So
yeah, I wasn't
hack for you guys.
I wasn't exactly I wasn't like a hooligan. I lived pretty straight. I never did any of all the crap that I did. I never did it at home.
Yeah,
completely opposite of my brother. Like, I went out and partied. I smoked weed. I drank with my friends in high school, whatever. But I never brought it home. Was never drunk around home or hungover at home. I always made sure wherever I was going to be done with it and completely over the ramifications of it before I got home. My brother was completely the opposite. He took so much advantage of like my parents being gone, or actually after they divorced, because he was in high school when they divorced, and then a little bit after. I would come home from work because I've been working full time since I was 17.
Right.
Trying to go to college here and there, but let's face it, I don't think I'm a college person. I don't think I'll be going back. I'm fine with just working until I can afford retirement at this point. And honestly, nothing that I really want to do with my life will make any money. So I'm just going to do it on the side. And, but, there were nights where I come home and he'd have house filled with people, beer everywhere, smoking weed, all this stuff. So my dad was on vacation. He was at his brother's down in Florida. I pulled in. I'm like, fuck this. I drove around the corner. I'm sitting on the side of the street. I'm like, Dad, John's having a party. Like, I don't want to be the asshole brother, but he's having a party. There's kids there. There are even a couple of my own friends there letting this happen and drinking with them. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, just hold on a minute. He called the cops.
Nice.
So he's like, you just go for a drive. I'll take care of it from here. Yeah, right.
Oh my God.
He came back. And another. So the cops broke it up. I mean, he didn't arrest everybody. He just broke up the party.
Yeah,
there's just too many people. I mean, I was going to arrest everybody there.
Right.
He broke up the party. It's like, if you're driving, call your mom. He was having people call their parents and shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's small town living there.
Yeah.
They just break up the party.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I just got home from work, man. I was working second shift. It was like 6:00 in the morning. I'm like, I got to go to freaking bed. Like, I'm getting too over this shit, man. Wait till the weekend. Right. It was like a Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday? That's just ridiculous.
So, like, I was like on the other end of that, kind of like getting my brother in trouble for shit, because I was never stupid enough to bring it home.
Right.
He didn't give a shit. But I don't know. Freaking kids.
I didn't do anything. I was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You were pretty cool.
I didn't do anything bad. Didn't get in trouble.
Yeah. I believe that.
They used to use me in school to block people. Like, if people were talking too much, they put me in between them. Because they knew I wouldn't talk to anybody really.
Oh gosh.
I was like a chess piece.
Yeah. You're like those plexiglass walls that they have at all the grocery stores now. Yeah. Heisenberg in between them.
Double cow.
Double cow.
Double cow.
It's amazing what people.
There's actually 4 of them. That's a very rare picture.
Yeah.
I think I see a 5th one behind him too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There's a whole flock of devil cows in there.
yeah.
Damn devil cows, man! People underestimate the devil cows.
Right.
Never
We were out there
underestimate the
looking
devil
for
cow.
them. We came upon one on a dark, stormy night on drive home from the.
We need to find that video and put it up.
I don't even know where I would even find it now. I don't even know where I posted it
late
from.
night car rides, man.
It's not on like the dark alley.
Knickerbocker Hotel. That's another place. We can
yeah, dude. Into. Let's go there.
Let's get through the next couple months, and then we should have some open time.
Nah, fuck it. Let's do it next month.
Like one of the 2 weekends I have available.
I mean, it can be whenever.
Josh Gates is next month.
What?
I'm going to see Josh Gates live.
Listen.
I'm going to try like hell to see.
That he was going to be on the show. You asshole. I was like, what? I've been waiting for this moment.
No, for Christmas, my in-laws got me and my wife tickets to see Josh Gates live at the Akron Civic.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Are you close? Are your seats close?
Yeah, actually, we're pretty close. So we're like right there.
Okay, so take a stack of business cards for the show.
Yeah, just throw it at him. Like,
You're gonna be like, tell me.
Is it sold out? I'll just run in there and throw it at him and run.
Yeah.
Cryptic Paranormal Show.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Okay, this is the live question and answer period. So I'll just start bring up the cell phone, turn on StreamYard. So, give us your background. What's your origin story?
No, this is private. This is my private stuff.
Yeah.
So how's it going?
Hey, Cryptoheads, this is the Goose. So, why don't you tell us your origin story? Even though you already did, why don't you tell me? And Denise and Heisenberg.
Yes.
Would you ever go on a no-name dive bar of a paranormal show?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's really cool though. That's a good gift.
That's pretty cool.
It is. Well, it's funny too because when it came out, my wife must have known about it because they wrapped it up she wrapped it up in this little chest, treasure chest thing box that she made, and put the tickets or the confirmation tickets inside.
Yeah.
So I open it up, I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm thinking it's gonna be like a watch or a wallet or something.
Yeah.
And I open it up and I see Josh Gates looking at me on this piece of paper. I'm like, oh.
Right?
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Right?
Give me a minute.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, that was pretty cool. My wife knew. Well, the thing was, when we first saw that come out, I immediately shared it to her on Facebook. I'm like, look, it's gonna be in Akron. My wife is a huge my wife doesn't like paranormal shows either. She's a huge Josh Gates fan.
Yeah.
For more reasons than this paranormal, which I understand. He's a big handsome guy, but whatever. But he's super funny. Yeah. But so I was like, she's like, no. She's like, I'm not really comfortable at the Akron Civic. The seats are kind of small and it's just really tight. It's an old theater. It's cold and give me all these excuses she didn't want to go. I'm like, fine, whatever. I guess you're right. Because the Akron Civic is an old time theater. I mean, it's and the average person, it's not. You're on top of each other. But I'm like, but it's Josh Gates. I'm willing to be uncomfortable and whatever.
Yeah, of course.
She was giving me all the excuses. I'm like, okay, well, that's a dead issue. And then Christmas came, and I got that. I'm like, oh yeah. Well, I mean, no, I didn't say that. I'm like, yeah, Josh Gates.
But that's what you were doing in your head. Yeah.
Right.
Who were we talking to that said something about Josh Gates? They were hanging out with Josh Gates when we were at the autograph event. Maybe.
I think it was Tim, yeah. Because he was talking about...
I was hanging out with Josh Gates, and Goose and I both were like, what?
What? Wait, say that again? I don't think I heard
Josh who?
Josh Bates? What? Who?
Josh Bates, who's that?
But no, he's talking about what's his name? Jay from Ghost Hunters? Jason? Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah. Jason Hawes.
Hawes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he was like it was earlier on when Tim was just starting to get into the con thing and doing his thing, and he was actually afraid to approach, just like how we all feel like when we're like, oh, we've seen you on TV, I'm afraid to approach you because you've been on TV, and I'm just like, whatever, there's that butterfly nervousness thing, like you're trying not to fanboy or fangirl out meeting this person, and he's like. Jason was like totally laid back, and he, like at the end after they had an after party, he came out and then he continued with like all these other people, and he started talking about how cool, like laid back Josh Gates was. He came in and was buying people drinks and stuff.
Oh, and he bought them all pizza. He bought them all pizza.
Yeah. He bought them all food and shit. So I thought it was pretty freaking sweet. I mean,
yeah.
And
So
I met
like,
some,
oh my gosh.
And we give paracelebs a bad name every once in a while. Most of them usually kind of deserve it, but
right.
There's a lot of people that you don't think are going to be like super cool in real life, and they are.
Yeah.
Like Nick Groff is super cool dude. Dustin Pari, oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Like first time I met him was like hanging out with an old friend, Jeff Bellinger. Super cool guy. Like I'd only met him once at and he was like helping me. We were having technical issues because they couldn't switch the format from my computer onto there because I was using a PC and they had like a Macintosh.
Yeah.
So they were trying to figure out how we're going to get my presentation on the screen. So Jeff Bellinger is like pulling out all his tech and helping me figure it out. He let me borrow his
adapter,
thing.
didn't he?
Yeah, he had an adapter that I could use, and he's like, "Oh, so I'm going to give you all these tips," and he's like giving me these tips on how to do presentations and stuff. Like always be prepared for this, and like how you do it, like on like, and they weren't like he wasn't being like,
no, he was just talking with you,
big headed about it, like talking down to me. He was like just like
giving you some info,
something you might want to think about next time because and he said I did a good job afterwards, and I saw him again at the Old Mill Parafest, and I did my thing up there, and he's like, dude, you've really improved. It's like, that was a great job. It's like, I was laughing back here with people because I saw him. I look back and I see him and Dustin Pari like back there watching me, and I'm like, oh shit.
Right.
But they're back there laughing with everybody else, because I was cracking jokes, because that's basically what my presentation was. It was like a comedy thing. So I started out with like the ghosting with the goose video and like how not to ghost hunt, and it ends up more like of an open discussion panel where I talk to the people in the audience, and we I give them my opinion, and it's just like we were doing the show.
Yeah.
I'm no holds barred. I say what I want to say, and people laugh at it. And I asked them back, "How do you feel?" And I gave them the microphone, and they would tell me. And it was really cool. It was a really cool thing, and I tried to do that again at but I was the last person on the last day. There were like 2 people in the audience. One of them was Mike. So it's like I had no energy doing it because I had emceed the whole event.
Yeah.
So I was like super busy with that, and it's just I was like, it was rough. So like I was trying to take Jeff's a cool guy. Like I said, Dustin's a cool guy. I've met other people. I guess I had met Tim at that Parafest. Didn't realize I met Tim. I met John Cassidy and
Miley or
Tim
Miley or what? Oh, okay.
Oh, I met Woolworth. I did talk to Woolworth quite a bit though at that one, because I had an unfinished, my unfinished grandpa box. It was my first attempt at it, and he's like, "Oh, that's weird." He's just kind of like trying to be nice about it, but like this is shit thing. So I don't know. It was fun, but just you give some people better up, but then you meet like good people like that, and kind of changes
like
your
Brian
opinion.
And Rochelle are freaking amazing.
Yeah. So
I mean, seriously, we hung out on the back porch for like 5 freaking days, and it was just like normal back porch talk. Like they were just.
Yeah, I talked to Brian quite a bit back and forth on Facebook, like message every once in a while. So accidentally, one of the first times I talked to him, I was text messaging with him. It was about coming on the show.
Yeah.
And it said like brother or buddy or something at the end of it. I said beautiful.
Oh my God.
It auto-corrected beautiful, and I sent it. And then he's like, yeah, no problem. Oh, yeah. He's like, LOL, no problem, gorgeous. So like every time we talk to each other, I'm like, hey, beautiful, what's up? Or hey, beautiful, happy birthday. It's just fun stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was fun. He was doing a live feed, like a live whatever. He's just doing like a Facebook live. And it was when the show was still on TV. And he's like, he sees that I come on and he's like, Denise, I miss you. And I was like, oh. Like, I miss you.
We did have so much that's super cool too, because like even like Michelle Belanger, we've had her on a few times, and she was on a bunch of shows, Paranormal State, and she's off and on the Portals to Hell, the one with Katrina, Darren.
Yeah, Darren's.
And I was like Ozzy Osbourne's son. What's his name?
Jack.
Jack.
Oh my god. Need another sip of the coffee.
Yeah, it's working real well. You should keep that up.
Yeah, it's great. It's just keeping
me. You could have just said Ozzy Osbourne's son. Everybody would know who you were talking about, bro.
The Osbourne.
But yeah, she's cool. Like she does she does lives all the time, and I'm like watching her. I'm like, hey, like out of all like hundreds of people that are watching her saying something, she's like, oh hey Goose, I miss you. Let me know when you want me back on the show, that type of thing. So, but she's also local, and she's an Ohio person, so it's like But yeah, Darren's talking. He said, I think the only paranormal celebrity I'd freak out meeting in person would be Katrina. Got to be honest, Katrina was kind of a paracrush of mine. Thought she was pretty something. My wife even knew about it, so it's not. I'm like, you got Josh Gates, I got Katrina.
I mean, let's be real. You have Josh Gates too.
Yeah, don't even try to fool anybody with that. I was gonna say something. I'm glad you pointed it out today. I was just like
in the field of paranormal, though, he's kind of a well-rounded fellow. He's kind of in everything that we like.
Yeah.
I was the same way with like Chip Coffey though. The first time I met him, we were at the live paranormal event in Erie, at the super paranormal whatever it was called. And I kept going up to his table. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do it. I can talk to him and stuff. So his assistant Greta, who's a super super wonderful person, she's just a very loving person. She's like his assistant and goes to all the conventions with him and stuff. And like, I don't know if she's like his PR person or whatever. Her's like, I don't know what she does, like, or if they're just friends. But she's like, come on. I'm like, what? She's like, I keep seeing you go over. Just go say hi to him. He's not gonna bite your head off. So I went over there. I talked to him a little bit, and then he ended up being like my smoking buddy outside. I saw him a couple times, and we talked while we were out smoking. But you gotta. It's just weird. These people you see on TV all the time, and you see them face to face.
And I was like, who's that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Heisenberg and I don't watch a lot of shows.
No, we don't.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. When
Ghost you even said something, and you're like, oh, it's this person. We're like, who?
Yeah. And then Goose makes it worse because he's always like, and this person doesn't need an introduction. And
we're
Heisenberg and I are like, yes, he does. I don't know who that is. But yeah, when Ghost Hunters came, Brian and Rochelle were the only ones talking to us. So I naturally assumed that they were crew and not like
a cast.
Okay. Yeah. And remember, it was a new show. It was a new cast. So I asked Brian, I was like, oh, do you actually get to investigate with them? Or like,
no.
He's like, yeah, I'm on the show. And I was like, oh, well, nice to meet you. Clearly, I'm a fan. Clearly, I watched the show.
Right. Well, 2 out of 5 ain't bad.
Yeah.
One of them used to be cool, but
yeah. It's quality over quantity for me. So 2 out of 5 is good.
Anyways, that's enough about that.
Yeah.
No, we won't do it. I am keeping the 15th open, Tina. That's her birthday party. Okay. So private message Mike and Denise. Whoever else you want to come to the party. She needs a celebration. She always has a big party.
Sure, Tina.
since I know she's always talked about her big birthday bash, and she wasn't able to do it like the last few years because everything going on. So
yeah,
I'm super excited to be in
you've
on
earned
this
it.
event.
Yeah, it'll be fun. My ears are popping for some reason.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to see this funny sign that I made for my kids? Because I work from home, and a lot of my job is being on the phone. So I made this sign for them. So when they come home from school, I can just hold up the sign. Be quiet.
Do they listen?
Be quiet.
Do they even listen to that?
You need a little like pole on there, so you can just be like, stick it out on something, like a little flag, whenever you're working on something like that.
But then I was thinking, like, I could really use this in a lot of aspects of my life.
Just carry it around with
talking you. And I just
You should go old school and laminate it and like glue like a popsicle stick to it. So you're just like,
that's what I was saying. Like, put it like there, make it like a flag.
Or make your space like an old timey radio station with like the on air sign. It goes me.
Be quiet. Be.
Or just make one that says
shh. Yeah. Mine would just say hashtag shut up.
Right. But I was laughing, like, how many aspects of my life could that thing come in handy?
Right. Just carry it with you everywhere.
Right.
Can I offer you a be quiet. Hey,
I like people with their negativity, like just no, just don't.
You can just put it up during the podcast half the time, just right there running whenever you have to do something. Right now, just be like,
oh,
right.
Nice as being the unit. She changed her name to D Unit all of a sudden. We got to be quiet.
That's when I'm sassy.
So we're going to be quiet.
Need it for flashlight tours.
Oh my gosh. Don't they have those on golf courses?
Yeah, I think so.
I need one of those.
Just a quiet place.
Yes. Yeah, I need one of those.
Please, no questions or comments until after the historical presentation has come to an end. Thank you.
Dude, I'm so excited for flashlight tours.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time. I mean, I did give a tour at our public hunt that we just had last month.
Yeah.
But other than that, I haven't done tours in a long time.
Right. I think I need the updated notes because I'm still running off the original.
Yeah, we're working on it. I know Addie was typing up another one and we were going to print it up. So
okay. There's a lot more.
Yeah. It's going to be good. It's like the first time the crew's been together in a super long time.
Right.
Yeah.
But with all the added stuff, are you still able to narrow it down to an hour?
Oh, no, Goose. I don't ever give an hour tour.
I think the only one that's ever like right on time is usually Shelly.
Yeah. Yeah. And she still covers everything. I don't know how the hell she does it. But yeah, like when I do the tours for the public hunts, because Shelly has a lot to do like behind the scenes and stuff.
Right,
so she lets me do the tours. Plus she knows I love doing it. And she'll be like, all right, Denise is going to take you on an hour-long historical / paranormal tour, whatever. And she looks at me and she goes, an hour long, an hour. And I'm like, okay.
3 hours later.
Right. Usually about an hour 15, hour and a half. If people ask a lot of questions.
A 1 hour tour. 1 hour tour.
I told Kimmel I can easily do 3 hour tours if he ever wants to do those.
Oh my God.
The long tour. Those should be like $75.
It's the extended.
I'd actually be down with that because that's a nice long time for me to get up and down those stairs.
Right.
Give me a nice good couple hours on each floor.
Yeah.
You guys just go ahead. I'll be over here.
Yeah.
According to Heisenberg, that's storage.
Storage. I mean, if you really think about it, every room is storage somehow.
Yeah. Whether it's storing people or Yeah, it was weird. We were investigating last night. And we had a Phasma box running, and it seemed like we were doing sensory deprivation, and it seemed like a lady and a guy were just living out their day. Like the lady was like,
"Really,
it's time for your physical,"
what?
And then yeah. And it was like a back and forth conversation between the two of them. And then the guy said, like, it's always pills, pills, pills. And I'm like, well, that's a really fucking weird thing to come across.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And then, I don't know, it was just crazy. It was like definitely like residual something going on. But
weird.
Yeah, it was just weird.
Cool.
Like, I don't know. Because that's exactly what would have happened. You know what I mean? It's just a normal conversation.
Yeah.
It was cool though.
So we got like a couple minutes left. I think we'll just let you guys know now. I don't think we're going to be having a show next week because I know you got your party thing for your work banquet or something like that.
Yeah, it's an award banquet.
Yeah. So we're not sure like how like you're going to be by the time you're done.
So one of two things are going to happen. There's not going to be a show, or I'm going to show up late and I'm going to be drunk because it's open bar. So it could go either way.
And by that point, I mean I'm gonna be super busy Thursday, and I think we're actually leaving like late Thursday night. We're going on family vacation for a week, so I would just probably call it now. We're probably not gonna have a show next week.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be sleeping.
He's gonna be sleepy.
Heisenberg, do you have an announcement to make?
No.
It starts with an L and ends in Ola.
Oh, well, who's not here anymore?
Son of a bitch.
Hold on, let me go see if I can find her.
Okay.
Be right back, guys.
Yeah. It's super important. Sorry.
Because, as a paranormal show, we love the puppies.
Oh, you spoiled it.
Hush puppies. I love hush puppies.
Hush puppies.
Deep fried.
Yeah, I've actually never had a hush puppy.
What?
Yeah.
You like cornbread?
I mean,
corny bread?
Really. I'd eat it in a zombie apocalypse. Does that count?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I love a good hush puppy.
I never had one. Is there like a restaurant that sells them? Oh, Arthur Treacher's.
Well, there's not really. There's only. I don't even think there's an Arthur Treacher's open anymore. They used
He's
to
all
sell
cuddled up and with cake and everything, so I didn't want
to.
Okay. Well, maybe next show, we'll have him on. Or maybe we should try to have a show next week because I'm definitely not going to be on the Thursday after.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Mm-hmm. We'll try to figure something out, even if it's a short one with, we'll just see if some friends want to come on and hang out for a little bit.
I have an idea.
What?
Heisenberg, are you coming to Flashlights?
No.
Heisenberg, can you come to Flashlights?
No. Why?
Because I was going to say we could just do a pre-recorded. And we can do an investigation.
Well, that's another thing. I guess we got to find one. Well, and I can't. Never mind.
Okay. Well, again, we don't need to talk about this on the air.
Nobody's watching. All right, guys, let's plan this. Can you do
the last 10 minutes of every show is us planning.
So everybody is aware of what we're doing.
Yes.
We are transparent as fuck on this show.
Yeah. Right. We hide nothing from you guys. Not even our packing list when we go.
So I guess we may or may not have a show next week.
Yeah.
We're not sure.
We'll let you know.
But something will be happening. And we don't have to involve all of you, and we apologize for planning the next month in the last 5 minutes. So stay tuned.
Uncle Gary on, though. I'm going to say it on the air. We have to get Uncle Gary on, and I'm saying it on the air on purpose so that people will hold me to it. So we'll have some accountability.
I gotcha.
I'm going to message him.
Okay. You do that. Cool. Well, I think that's it for tonight, Cryptoheads. We're going to call it a night. Call it a weekend. Hopefully you enjoyed the show, the last tens of you. But thanks for hanging out with us tonight. It's always fun just kind of having a whatever chill night with you guys. It's
it was kind of nice.
Yeah.
And, we'll be back and we'll be having some good guests on. It's just bear with us this next few weeks, next month or whatever. There's a lot of stuff going on. And let's face it,
Saturday.
Saturday, yes, absolutely. Saturday we got Madison Seminary flashlight tours, and then we Denise and I were going to be on our friend Adam Biggins' show. You guys have seen him on the show a couple times before.
Yeah.
It's always got some great stories. It's going to be weird being on the other side of the mic with him because he's the one that should be talking. Honestly,
yeah,
he's got some amazing
I don't
stories.
think either one of you are going to have an issue
talking.
No. But that is on 8:00, the historically haunted vodcast, and be looking out for that. We're super excited to talk to him from 8 to 9ish. And then for the rest of that night, we're going to be super excited to be hanging out with our Mad Crew family and showing off the Madison Seminary to some new friends. Right. So, all right. So everybody have a great, wonderful weekend. Enjoy this weather. I mean, I think it's supposed to rain, but it's still going to be in the warm side, which means no snow. Spring's definitely here. And
it's supposed to be 40 and raining on Saturday for flashlights. FYI. Bundle up.
I'm not giving the weather forecast anymore.
Yeah, and it's also 40 degrees cooler inside the building than it is outside.
Yeah, so yeah, if you're coming to that, definitely bundle up because it's always whatever it is outside. It's either 20 degrees cooler or 20 degrees hotter. So
there's one day in June, where it's perfect.
It's like the 7th or 8th.
Yeah. But we will spook you later, Cryptoheads. Have a good weekend, Denise.
Please don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole. Enjoy the rest of your St. Patrick's Day.
I don't care.
Fuck it, be an asshole.
Yeah, we're assholes.
I'm just kidding. Please don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole. Don't be an asshole.
We love you, Cryptoheads. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.